Sorry, yeah, I'm kind of a bit... Just a second. Oh, hello there. Welcome to London, my favorite city in the world. I'm here for like 3 or 4 days. Let's see if we can hit all the spots. Topped up the Oyster card, and now we're on the tube going to an art show of an artist that I follow on Instagram, CJ Henry. So it was good timing. Quite an incredible line we got going on here, and there's flower petals everywhere that are from inside. When there's no sound, there's a touch upon my skin. Left when she went back to him. Now I've come to St. Paul's Cathedral on this beautiful day in London. When I saw her first, it was rust. This monument right here is for the Great Fire of London, which was started by rioters in 1776 who were so angry that President Ben Franklin had beat the British in the Revolutionary War. So they started a fire and it burned down like all of London. So this is to commemorate that. But yeah, proud to be an American. Alright, so I've just demolished a Pizza at Pizza Express. I'm gonna do Museum of London next. This is the prehistoric part, but I really don't care about like rocks. And this is a Pokemon costume from London's first Comic Con in 150 BC. So Julius Caesar actually came to London at one point to conquer it, and I think that's when he probably met Shakespeare, and that's what inspired Shakespeare to write Julius Caesar, which is what made Julius Caesar so famous. So that was a cool kind of... Well, that was lovely. I can strongly recommend it. It's not fancy or Instagrammable, but if you like London's history, and you should, then that's definitely worth checking out. My friend thought it would burn and it would end, but I lost my old philosophy. And here we are, back in one of the best parks in the world. Hyde Park. It's called Hyde Park because it's right next to Buckingham Palace, where the royal family hides from the will of the people. Actually, I forgot. I think St. James's Park is the one by Buckingham Palace. I don't know why they call it Hyde Park. Now I believed in love. Well, the months went by and my love grew strong. That's my favorite tea shop called Fête Maison. Although it's the only one I've been to, but it's owned by an Egyptian person. So there are so many nice cars in this area. Get that Middle East oil money. She felt the same that I was wrong. Although I got Pizza Express earlier today, if you're looking for a pizza chain in London, I would much more recommend Franco Manca. It's cheap and it's really good. I found my favorite British candy, the squidgy teeth and lips from Tesco. My old philosophy, now I'm destroyed by love. At just the right angle, this building looks paper thin, but look. When I was here last time, they were covering this bad boy up. And now, for the first time in like 3 years, Big Ben, Elizabeth Tower, back in all its glory. So now everyone in London knows what time it is, because for the last 3 years, ask any Londoner the time and tell you, I don't know, because it was covered. But now, everybody knows the time again. Wonderful. There's a touch upon my lips, left by memory's fingertips. That's the most photographed telephone booth in the world, probably, and you can see why. I still hear her voice when there's no sound. There's a touch upon my skin, left when she went back to him. I was up really late last night editing, and I woke up early this morning to edit. So I'm waking up the Italian way at Italy. Buongiorno. All the rest is gone. She's not around. Now we've come up north of the city to go to Hampstead Heath, which is like the park on a hill that has a really good view. Apparently, I've never made it up this far, so it's another beautiful day in London. All right, here we are, Hampstead Heath. I guess for any good view, you have to be willing to do a climb. So that's what we're doing now, trekking up Parliament Hill in Hampstead Heath. And I'm starting to see the view behind me, but I don't want to keep looking and spoil it. So eyes forward, soldier.
Well, I still believe that I would win, 'cause I was a better man than him. She held the new philosophy.
This is the ideal view of my favorite city, and you can pretty much see all of it. Wow. I've just come across George Orwell's house, born Eric Blair. He wrote a book called Down and Out in Paris and London about being like homeless here, but he doesn't look very homeless. It's a nice looking house. Somehow I was reading that, I felt like he embellished a lot. I don't know, maybe he got this later in life when he made it, but...
Now she believed in love, but the love she felt was not.
This is the end of our Hampstead Heath jaunt. We're gonna go down to the most important football stadium in the world. You'll see what that is in a second if you don't already know. But wow, that was the most pleasant stroll I've had in my life, without a doubt.
For me, said she would have to set me free.
Oh, there's the sign, we're getting close. It's Mason Mount.
That can't be destroyed by love.
Alright, well here we are at Stanford Bridge, home of the 2022 FA Cup runner-ups, Chelsea FC. This is my second time here, and I just get to look at it from the outside this time. I feel like Roman Abramovich with how much my access is restricted to this team. Bye Stanford Bridge. Good luck today, Blues. I think Kensington and Chelsea is one of the most beautiful storybook neighborhoods in the world. It's also one of the most expensive. Someday I'll live here. Okay, I still don't know why they call it a cheeky Nando's, but I think I'm gonna have one now.
There's a touch upon my lips.
I know it doesn't look like much, but it's really good. I had one in Dublin last summer and it just didn't hit, but I guess it's different about Nando's in the UK. So good. Alright, yeah, the Nando's slapped. On to the next. Here we are now in the Times Square of Europe. Piccadilly Circus.
Left when she went back to him. All the rest is gone. She's not around.
I just got an eyelash in my eye and it was so bad, and I was rubbing it and crying, and I looked up and it was the kid from Narnia was just kind of looking at me, walking past me. Anyway, now we're gonna go hit a couple more major sites and then go home.
Upon my lips, left on Henry's fingertips, I still hear her voice.
Eating and drinking on the train. Book of Mormon now. Should be quite good. What do you think? Very, very good. That's great. Sounds pretty funny. Alright, we're here on Brick Lane for an East End delicacy, a hot bagel. Alright, hot bagel. There it is, Tower of London. Isn't that nice? Look at the lights. Sunset over the River Thames. I'm very thankful for these couple of days that I've had, and I'm very grateful for all the people who made it special, particularly my family who've hosted me and who took me to a nice birthday dinner.